I've been engaged for 6 months, but my fiancé still doesn't know my real name or that I'm actually a millionaire. Part 2. The air in my tiny, curated apartment felt like it had been sucked out of a vacuum. Mark was still holding the phone, his knuckles white. I could hear my father's voice faintly coming through the speaker, demanding to know why a random man had picked up his daughter's private line. The breaking point. Mark, give me the phone, I said, trying to keep my voice steady. Who is Alexandra? He asked, ignoring me. And why does this man think you own a chalet in Gstaad? Elena, what is happening? I realized then that I couldn't keep the walls up anymore. The Elena I had built, the struggling artist with the tragic past, was dying right in front of him. I took a deep breath and told him everything. I told him about the tech empire, the $400 million, the bodyguards that follow us at a distance when we go for our private walks, and the fact that I'd been lying to him since the second we met. The realization I expected him to be happy. I thought, what man wouldn't want to find out his fiancée is a secret heiress? But Mark looked at me like I was a stranger. You let me work extra shifts at the school just to save up for that ring, he said, his voice cracking. I felt guilty because I couldn't take you on the vacations you deserved. I shared my deepest secrets with you, and every word out of your mouth was a script. I did it to protect us, I screamed. I wanted to know you loved me, not the money. But you didn't give me the chance to love the real you, he replied. You loved a version of me that was a character in your little, poor girl, fantasy. You played with my life like it was a hobby. The gala he walked out that night. No shouting, no big scene, just a quiet closing of the door. I was devastated, but I had a choice to make. I went to the shareholders' gala. I traded my vintage clothes for a $15,000 silk gown and walked into that ballroom as Alexandra. My father was smug, thinking he'd finally brought me to heel. I stood on the stage, looked at the crowd of billionaires, and instead of giving the prepared speech about quarterly growth, I announced my resignation from the board and the liquidation of my personal shares into a blind trust. I kept enough to live comfortably, but I walked away from the empire. The aftermath. I went back to the gallery 3 weeks later. Mark was there, looking at a painting I'd finished. A portrait of him, but with a background of gold leaf that was peeling away to reveal a plain, honest canvas. I didn't have a fake name anymore. I didn't have a $400 million shadow. I just had the truth. We didn't get married in August. We're in therapy now, trying to see if Alexandra and Mark can find the spark that Elena had. He still hasn't put the ring back on my finger. He says he needs to make sure he's not just another acquisition in my portfolio. I learned the hard way that you can buy a kingdom, you can buy a fake life, and you can even buy silence, but you can't buy back the trust you set on fire just to see if it would burn.